Hi, guys. I wanted to talk to you about one more important concept in chapter four that obviously you'll read about, but I wanted to be able to explain it a bit. And this relates to a situation that I think all of us deal with, especially as you get older. I could tell you I've done this 1,000 times if I've done it once. Have you ever made plans to do something, and when you made the plans, whatever you were planning to do, whether it was helping a friend move, going to a concert, going to an event, going to visit an aunt, whatever, that the event was some distance in the future. And when the time came to go, or the time was getting close for you to do whatever you agreed to, you regretted agreeing to it and you didn't want to go. And a lot of people make up pretty creative excuses to get out of things. And the question is, why does that happen so often? Why is that so common? Well, now you're going to know, and it has to do with the concept in social psych in terms of social cognition called temporal framing. It has everything to do with the time aspect of decision making and what we pay more attention to based on the amount of time we have to do something, okay? And specifically, it has everything to do with something that we call abstraction level, being either high or low. When somebody asks you to do something that's in the future, kind of the distant future, for everybody it's a little different. For me, even if somebody's asking me to do something next week, that's almost a distant future to me. But we're talking in general, at least 2 weeks up to, a few months. When something is that we're thinking about is in terms of our mental framing in the distant future, we tend to approach it with a high level of abstraction. In other words, we think about the event, we think about the nice aspects of it, but we think about it in a very global, very general way. We think about how good it would feel right now to agree to something in terms of whoever you're with, it makes them happy, all those things. It's a very general, big picture kind of thing. So that can be very appealing. And we normally say, yeah, sure, I'll do that. However, when the event is now tomorrow or the next day, or even later today, now we think about it at a low level of abstraction, a high level of detail. Abstract means not concrete. It's more of something that's a thought rather than reality. Little kids, for example, have a very difficult time thinking in the abstract. They can only think about things accurately that they have experience with. And even then, they tend to be very, very concrete. So when you go into a first grade or second grade or third grade classroom, there's posters and stuff all over the place because those are visual reminders to help the kids do their work. If they're adding, they may use their fingers or something like that. Concrete help. As adults, we're much better at thinking in the abstract. So when somebody asks me to do something a month from now, oh, that sounds wonderful. Yeah, that sounds fun, and we're all happy, and you're happy because I'm going to go. Now it's the day before, and now I'm thinking about how tired I am, and I'm thinking about all the other things I'd like to do, and I'm thinking about some of the specific aspects of this event that I might not like that I didn't think of when it was a month out. I'm thinking about how long it's going to take, to get there, what kind of people are going to be there, am I going to have to spend more money there, all that kind of stuff, and frequently the details, the low abstraction, gets us to change our mind, either to make an excuse, a lie to get out of it. Yeah, I'm sure none of you guys do that, right? I've heard some really creative ones too, by the way. And then if you ever would call somebody out and say, you know what, I think you're lying to me. Oh, they get all offended, even though they know they're lying, they act so offended because you might accuse them of lying. It's kind of funny. So that's what happens. That's all about temporal framing. When something is off in the distance, it's high abstraction. If it's close, it's low abstraction. Low abstraction usually brings to mind all the demands, all of the specifics, and how you feel in that moment. At that time, what's going on in your life at that time. So it can really change your mind. It's a totally different thing. And you may say, oh my God, why did I ever agree to do this, right? That's happened to all of us. If it hasn't happened to you yet, I'm sure it will. But now you'll know how to handle it. So a good rule of thumb actually is, it's harder to do, but a good rule of thumb is whatever you're planning to do, think about it as if it was going to happen tomorrow. Would you do it? And if you say yes, then chances are in a month you'll still want to do it. If you say no, then if you wouldn't want to do it tomorrow, say no, because you're not going to want to do it in a month. In fact, you're going to want to do it less. Okay. Other than that, I think you guys are all set for the exam. Again, it's open at noon tomorrow and closes at midnight. Best of luck. See you later. Bye.